Mm. So I don't really know how you make a video like this, cause this is so fucking hard, yo. This is so yesterday, 2 months ago, my mom got a bug bite on her leg. This bug bite, we don't know what kind of bug it was. And sorry for the hair. Like the hair, I've been asleep all day. Well, I've been running around all day like crazy. And I had a hood on, I had something on, and whenever you take it off, it fucks up your hair. So my mom gets a bug bite on the back of her leg, and this bug bite gets a little bit bigger. And I scare her. I'm like, Mom, like go get that shit checked. I'm like, look, like I see people lose limbs off of bug bites. Like I see people go through some serious life changes because it's small stuff. I see people wake up without, wake up to half their body numb. Like go get checked. So it scared her. She went to go get checked, and she got some medicine, and she didn't finish the medicine, and it started to come back, and it came back worse. When it came back, she went to go get checked again. Well, and she had an appointment with a doctor to like actually get it like fully assessed and everything. She was gonna like kind of see what the next steps were because they were just kind of giving her medicine to kind of like just handle it. So the thing is, when they gave her the medicine, it bursted out into way more. Like that little tiny bug bite that turned her whole leg from her knee to her ankle. Like it looked like a lava pit. Like pus everywhere. Like it was bad, yo. So they admitted her into the hospital, and this was 2 days after my sister passed away. My sister just passed away January 5th, and I made a video saying my sister's not okay, so you can go back and see that one too. And then 2 days later, my mom gets admitted, and then 2 days after that, I get super sick. I'm asleep for a while, but I wake up after a couple days, and then go to the ER. I rush to the ER, make sure I'm okay. Like it's been so fucking hectic, and then I get back. I'm cool. I take some medicine. I feel so much better. I'm talking to my mom. She comes home from the hospital finally after a couple days, almost a week maybe. And when she comes back, she was like her leg was wrapped and she couldn't really walk at all. She was basically on bed rest, and like she could get up to go to the bathroom, and that was it. Like that's literally it. So she gets here, and every single day I'm changing her leg wrap. I forgot 3 days ago, and she was really upset with me about that. And I forgot to help her out with that, but I fell asleep at like 6 p.m. So I fell asleep really early. I fall asleep early now, so she ends up um the next day I did a wrap, and then yesterday fucking gnats out of nowhere, gnats just started flying. Like there's so many gnats in this house out of nowhere. Like the moment we came in the house yesterday, gnats everywhere. Don't know how, but um yesterday she wakes up, she's kind of doing her thing for the day, staying in bed, maybe going to the bathroom, but she gets up and she's like, I gotta go get the kids from school. So she gets up and she walks downstairs, walks out to the car, and she goes out to the school. She comes back to grab gas, and she had her friend from Domino's there with her because my mom was having a hard time breathing. She just every time she gets up, the pain is hard. It's hard to step on her leg, hard to put pressure on it. And she's out of breath quick because she's not getting up enough, because she's not walking that much, she's not eating that much, she's not drinking that much. She's just not. She doesn't have much energy at all. So anything at all is just it's hard on her. So she gets up and she goes, like she's at the gas station with the kids and somebody's there. She's like, can you put 5 in the tank? And then like I'm on the phone with her and she's just telling me how hard it is for her to breathe. And she's just like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my god, Rob, I can't breathe. And she's just like, she's kind of like breathing for some air. And then like we get off the phone. She goes home. Then I call her again. I'm like, cause she called me then to ask me if I can get my sister from a job. You know, I had just clocked out. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get her real quick. So I went to go get her, and when I went to go get her, I was having a hard time finding her. But I called her to see where my sister worked, and when I called her, um, I guess my mom's friend who was there to put the gas in her tank, she ended up calling the ambulance for my mom. She was like, "Look, you need to just go to the ER." So I'm calling the ambulance. So she ended up calling like her an ambulance, and the kids went to the house, and she had her kids like the her friend. She had her kids come and watch the kids while my mom went to the hospital. And I was on the phone with her while she was outside, out in the front. The kids had just walked in. She stayed out there and waited for the ambulance to come. Ambulance came, and I was on the phone with her, and I could hear all the questions they were asking her. Um, they put her on a stretcher. They put her inside of the fucking ambulance. I could just hear her suffering, like screaming that she just can't breathe, and she's just having a hard time. She's just like, "Oh my god," like just screaming, like. So I'm like, they took the phone. They put in, I'm not on speaker or nothing. They can't hear me. I'm just in the background, just listening to it. And I went to go get my sister, and then I picked her up, and I'm not on the phone with her at this point because my phone was just dying back to back to back. And when I picked her up from work, 20 minutes away from here, my mom's house, my car exploded on the highway. It's still there right now. The engine exploded. Don't even know why. It just exploded. But I called the hospital. I'm like, hey, I need to talk to my mom real quick. Um, like I'm having an emergency. Like when they picked her up, they left the 6-month-old at the house, and they're being watched by a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. So I really need to talk to my mom right now and kind of get AAA to get this car towed to the house and to get her policy number. They're like, well, she's in no condition to speak right now, and I'm like, I don't need her to speak. I just need her to text me. If you could just give her a phone. They're like, she's in no condition to do that right now. I don't think you understand. I'm like, oh my god, like you can't be fucking serious. Like, can you please just do this one thing for me? Like, I'm not asking for much. Like, please just let me just talk to my mom real quick. So they're like, okay, maybe the police can help you because we can't help you. We can't do anything right now for you. We can't do anything. We can't say anything. We can't do anything. I'm like, oh my god, the police can't help with this. Like, especially with COVID. They're like, okay, and then they hung up the phone on me. And I called my mom's friend. I'm like, hey, are you busy? Can you come get me real quick? We're stuck on the highway. My car just exploded. She comes and gets me. She drops me off at the house. She picks up her kids. So somebody else, my sister, like I kept telling her somebody was there to watch the kids, but she just thought the kids were there alone. But really, in all reality, my mom's friend was here to watch the kids. But so she's sitting there freaking out. She's like calling somebody to come pick up the kids. Somebody was on their way. Somebody had picked up the kids. Somebody was watching them, and um, that's when the ER called me. They said, well, we need somebody to come up here and make a decision, or to talk to the doctor. We need somebody to come up here and talk to the doctor. So I went up there. I was like, all right, like, I can't right now. Like that's what was going on in my head. I was like, all right, I'll find a way. And I just went right up there. I just told my sister, like, hey, let's go. Like, cause we had my mom's car here, so, cause she had just dropped it off. Like my mom was that's where she got picked up from the ambulance out front. So we got the car, drove to the ER, and they sat me down. Was like, hey, your mom was here. Her oxygen was getting, better. Her oxygen was getting better, and we got the CAT scan and everything. But then she came out, and then she went into cardiac arrest, and we tried to resuscitate her, and I'm like nothing is rendering in my head. Like they tried to resuscitate her, and her heart just stopped, and I'm like, wait a second, so. I'm like, where's she at right now? And they had to kind of tell me again, like, sir, she fucking that. Sir, she went into cardiac arrest. She's gone. And yeah, I froze for a second. Like, what do you do? What do you do when your mom's gone? When your mom's gone? you're the only one that lives with her. It's her place. She takes care of damn near everything of yours, like even taxes, like everything, everything. Takes care of everything. Um, what do you do? Like, my mind is just like so stuck. I went in the room and I went to go see her. I broke down a little bit right there, but I really broke down when I went to go leave. When I realized that this is the last time I'm ever about to see my mom. Like when this curtain closes. The thing is, the more I go into the situation, the more I talk about it. Like the more I expose why it hurts so bad. Like worse than anybody can imagine. Like the more fucked up life sounds. Cause my mom was loved by hundreds. Like she, I had to call her bosses, her parents, my dad, my family. I had to call everybody. I was the only person there at the hospital when that happened. So, um, and my sister, me and my sister were her only two kids. Even though I have 7 siblings, but she only has 2 kids. Um, and I know she's gonna take that hard because my mom truly believes that my sister hated her. And that shit is gonna be so hard on my sister. It's gonna be so fucking hard. Because my mom, like, she, if you, if you know her, you know she loved her kids more than anything. Like, more than anything. Her kids and her grandkids would walk on water for her fucking kids. We lost more than a mother. We lost a fucking angel today. This lady, I can't even begin to express just how important she is. How important this lady is. Y'all don't even understand. Like she's worked at the hospital for like 11, 12 years. But she's worked for a couple companies for like hospital work, for like courier. She's been like a courier. She's a head courier of the hospital. I work for the network, and she's the courier for the entire network. Like she's the person who delivers everything to 7 hospitals and all of their many hundreds of doctors' offices and little clinics, standalone ERs, urgent cares. Like she delivered major shit. She delivered body parts, blood, X-rays. She delivered labs, anything you can think of, supplies for hospitals. Like she was the one who delivered hospital supplies to hospitals. Like she was honestly like the bread and butter, like of like she honestly is the person that really held this company together. And today, this just happened yesterday. Like she just passed away 1/21/21, and today it's an overwhelming amount of support. Hundreds of people have reached out, said a story with her. Like everybody, like my mom, truly, she truly believed that nobody was gonna show up to her funeral. She believed her kids just would not care as much. Like she just thought we were so unappreciative. We just didn't like, and we just tried to tell her so much. Like we couldn't get through her head. Like my mom was depressed, yo, but like nobody ever knew. Nobody, like no. Like when I say like only me and my sister knows how depressed my mom was. Only us. My mom talked about death a lot. She always talked about how she wanted to die. But she just like it's so crazy because like it prepared. She's been preparing us for this moment our whole life because she just did her will. She just did her will. She just told me about it. She just told me about the will she just did. Like not that long ago. I think like last month, maybe 2 weeks ago. Like not that long ago. So like it's really gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen with me. I have to move out. I can't live here anymore. Like I don't have a backbone. I don't have a net anymore. I don't have anything. Like without my mom, like I don't have anybody to rely on for anything. Like, I don't have anything without her. Like, I wouldn't have my Mustang if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't have my truck if it wasn't for her. My white Mustang. I wouldn't have anything. Like, a lot of the shit in this room, shit that she got me. Like, I just see it like, yeah, I grinded for the shit, but she's the backbone of the shit. It's just gonna be so fucking hard. Like, we already found a fucking funeral home. Like, we got a funeral home already.